okay, LinkedIn. This is like obviously in Houston, like it's like, all right, social media, Instagram, whatever,
Wow.
fine. But it's just so funny and it's telling as to the culture.
Living in Dallas, Texas, I didn't realize how bad it is.
I just saw this man post that he moved to Dallas and the girls are flooding his comments. Confused as to why. Like, what are y'all doing? Are y'all going on apps? Are y'all going outside?
The dating pool in Dallas, trash.
And I'm finna get a burger with bacon, egg, and cheese. And I'm by myself.
It's a rich man in Dallas because, baby, where is they at?
Men ask me for my LinkedIn. Every time it's like, hey, what's up, how you doing? Or whatever, it's like, okay, LinkedIn. This is like obviously in Houston, like it's like, all right, social media, Instagram, whatever.
Wow.
That's fine, but it's just so funny and it's telling as to the culture in Dallas versus Houston. It's funny.
You know, that's wild. It sounds like the guys in Dallas are doing the same thing ladies do. What are they saying when they said LinkedIn? They have standards. They're not getting with some poor ladies now. I hear the lady saying they say it's a lot of fine men in Dallas. So they definitely want to make sure you're qualified. They want to make sure no gold diggers are going to come use them. And it's funny because I see a bunch of videos of women saying where to go in Dallas to find a rich man. But they want to make sure you're qualified. They won't even talk to you. Yeah, things are changing, ladies. Things are changing. Welcome to the new era.
I feel so far about living in Dallas, Texas, specifically dating. The rest of it, I feel like it's pretty cool. But as far as dating in Dallas, and I've had this conversation multiple times with multiple people, I guess I was kind of under the impression, like kind of knowing that, okay, I'm moving to Texas is kind of like a blast in the past, you know? I didn't realize how bad it is. So when I say blast in the past, I mean like, y'all, I feel as though living in Dallas, as far as being a Black woman want to have a dating life, I feel like it is non-existent because Texas in general, but I personally feel like especially Dallas, is extremely colorist. Like I feel like I am back in like 2012 or like 2013.
Why is it colorist? Oh, you don't want the Black men. You want white men. And they don't want you. They see you with all that makeup on. I'm sorry, Holly's face is not as caked up as yours. I don't even know what you look like. I've seen tons of videos from you. I still don't know what you look like. I'm sure I'd see you with all that makeup off and go, ew.
Dark skin versus light skin Twitter era. I was out one night, and this was a little while back. I was out one night and this guy's like it's like me and two trying to talk to, like he starts out talking to me or whatever. Okay, cool. Like not somebody I wanted, just the principle of what happened. Starts out talking to me or whatever, sees the friend walk up or whatever, and then he's like kind of switching between talking to both of us. Okay, cool. Like, not somebody that any of us want. But he goes to like his friend because they were about to leave. So his friend's like, oh, well, you know, take one of their numbers down. And I was standing directly in front of him, so it would have been easier for him just to give the phone to me. He gives the phone to my friend, and his friend, out of curiosity, is just like, oh, like, why didn't you get the phone to the first girl? He's like, oh, I like light skins. Y'all, I have not heard nobody say like that since Lord knows when. It's been a very, what do they used to say? Periodically long time since I heard somebody say something like that. Like, what are you, high school? Like, be for real. I feel like down here,
Preference. You can't shame preference.
you like being a Black girl down here feels like being invisible. I feel invisible like 90% of the time. Girl, I know it's not because I'm ugly. So I'm just like, yo, like these men down here is like all the at least from what I've seen. Also keep in mind I do work nightlife, so a lot of what I see is in a nightlife spectrum as well. But all these dudes down here, they only date like literally all you gotta do to have a dating life in Dallas is either be a light-skinned Latina or mixed with curly hair, light skin mixed with curly hair. I'm just like, yo, it is literally like a blast in the past. I feel like as a black girl down here, you're just like a shadow anytime you go out. It's like really weird, and especially coming from, like, I moved here from New York, where as a black girl, you are really in New York having your way. It does not matter what skin tone you are. I mean, having your way. Getting invited to the best events, getting, the guys that want to take you out or want to date you and stuff, it's like, they're like, the caliber is up there. Like, they're not bums, you know what I mean? Like, they will dinner and hookah you to death. It's not like I was having a phenomenal dating life in New York, but I had access to opportunities to date. I feel like in Dallas, I have experience where men will literally get around, like if it's me and a group of friends and I'm the darkest one, they'll speak to everybody but me. I, have gone out plenty of times, and it's like, as a black girl, it's just like you're watching everyone else get approached, and you're just kind of like sitting there like, okay. And also with dating in Dallas, or even just being in Dallas, I didn't realize Dallas was so athlete heavy. Very, very much so. I think one of the things that is mind-blowing to me is the amount of, like, when I was in New York, I met a lot. And I mean, like, it's New York. Come on. Like, meeting A-list celebrities, seeing them, talking to them, speaking with them, partying with them is, like, that's normal in New York. It's not unusual. It's not like, like, that's a regular day, babes. You're just in the right spot at the right time, boom.
She wasn't what it's hitting for. Men have their preferences, and it's not you. You have to understand, it's happening on a dating apps. I'm sorry for y'all that it's happening, but men have made their choice. They're saying when you click off and change it to white woman, a bunch of guys come in, but then they come in and see that you're black, so then they uninterested. Like, it doesn't make sense. Men have their preference. A lot of black ladies' names are in the dirt. They've created that disdain in a lot of men's minds. What's done is done. We can't do nothing about it. Y'all did that.
Dallas should have no issue being on dates and dating women and getting into relationships, because when I say the girlies here are ready, I just saw this man post that he moved to Dallas and the girls are flooding his comments. Talking about, hey, welcome. Hey, neighbor. I'm like, oh, the girls are eager for the men. I'm here for it a little bit. I don't think I could give that man that much attention publicly, but if you're a man and you single in Dallas and you don't want to be, I'm honestly confused as to why. Like, what are y'all doing? Are y'all going on apps? Are y'all going outside? I do know men in Dallas. I think it's just the Dallas culture. I feel like men don't really approach in person.
Those days are over.
Here, like I'm used to back home. But if you a man in Dallas and you ain't got no girlfriend or a fiance or a wife and you want one, what's the hold up? Because the girl's pretty. They got their head on straight. They work corporate jobs. They doing what they need to do. What's going on with you, Boogie?
See, you're trying to push men into something that men usually don't want. Why? The nightmares that come behind it. Like, a man knows, especially as you said, guys are getting to the bag out there. They know, because you hear it all the time, ladies saying, oh, come find man in Dallas. You can find him here.
And 3 years in a row. The girls are wondering where they can find men, and I've got a list of places where I think you can meet them. These are places that I've been to personally where I've been approached by single men. I would not be doing y'all justice if girl, I know it personally. Go to the golf courses, and I'm not even going to put...
What's at the golf course? Who's there? Men with money. Men with money are at the golf course. So, who's going there? The gold diggers. And what is she? An overweight gold digger. I'm sorry. You're overweight, lady. She doesn't think so, I bet. She doesn't think she is, but she's overweight. But then she's telling y'all to go there, and she'll go there and won't find anybody. Because you hear black women that are bad going out to certain places and not having any luck. So I'm sure it's the same with you. If you would go out before, but you can't find somebody. So those who can do, a lot of times, teach. That is true. A lot of people that can't do, they teach it, or have never done, they teach it.
Put a specific one because there's literally hundreds in Texas. Go to a golf course. At golf course, you can still go. Just go to the restaurant. Every single golf course is going to have a restaurant. I would recommend going from 8 a.m. to 11 for breakfast to go get something to eat before they tee off. And golfers usually want to go and get it out the way from 8 a.m. to 11 for breakfast. But if you're not an early riser, I would recommend going from 1 to 4. That's when they're going to be finished with their round and they're going in for lunch, dinner. Of course, restaurant from 5 to like 9 and a dinner with their wives.
I said, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait, first of all, you're not going to speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
Wait a minute. So that's when they're going to dinner with their wives. So you're okay with being a man's side piece because he's rich. Guys, they wonder why men are done. You do know there's men from Dallas watching this video, right? It blows my mind. These ladies put this on the internet like men in Dallas are not watching. Like prominent men don't have access to face recognition software. They can run your face right through a person that does security for them. They'll run it and say, "Oh no, this girl is talking about meeting guys at a golf course." Yeah, you met her here, right? Yeah, she's telling other girls how to find you. You're left. I'm just thinking, imagine you get lucky and find somebody. You're left now. Shot yourself in the foot.
Golf courses. Go to the golf courses. I'm telling you, I'm a cart girl. I literally get hit on by golfers all day long. Yes, some of them will be married and they will try and hit on you. But there are mixed in single ones. And if there aren't, I'm telling you, they will try and put you on with their sons versus and become a regular. Now, I'm not a football girly, but I am a basketball girly. Center Lounge. The lounges, they have like a tequila lounge, a bourbon lounge. One, I'm not sure, but I've been to the tequila one. There be some pressure. There's pressure in there. I walked in with a group of my friends once. That was on us. They were looking at us. We were in there for 3 minutes. And we had guys staring at us, about to buy us drinks. We have to get out of there right now. Leave me alone. Go to American Airlines Center. They have cheap tickets. You don't need to be to meet these men. The men your age probably don't have the money either. Buy a ticket with your friends. Wear a cute little outfit. Have a drink. Go and organically you will meet people around American Airlines Center where people go after the game. Social, be happy, be fun, and you're going to meet somebody. That being said, one thing I noticed as well with the lounges is there aren't a lot of girls there. Outnumbered, where not to say that but naturally, if there's of you meeting somebody organically isn't going to happen unless you're like, at these lounges, I've noticed it's typically mostly men. Even in the game, mostly men, and the women that are there are with a guy. Go to the game, just go to the game, please just trust me. That men love live music, especially if it's free. So I've got some live music bars listed that I've been to.
Go there. That's pretty much 3 or 4 activities. It is. Of course, you're going there because the men there have money. It sounds like Shara 7 advice to me. I'm sorry. Like, I couldn't have a daughter in this day and age. My daughter will be listening to this at 15 years old, going, okay, let me write that down. I come home, my daughter's 17 years old with a 50-year-old man from the American Airlines Center. I heard it from Shakira on TikTok. Crazy. They have to understand. That's what's going to happen. That's who you're going to inspire. That's who you are inspiring. The little children that are maybe fast like you, or maybe you're not fast, but you are talking about what you're talking about. Sick.
Let me tell y'all about dating in Dallas. 0 stars. Do not recommend. Very ghetto. So I met this guy. I'm going to try to keep it like in one part if I can. But I met this guy. He asked me on a date. I agree. We met on a Thursday. So we talked. We like text Thursday, talked Thursday night, talked Friday. And he asked me, did I want to go on a date Saturday? I couldn't because I had plans with my friends. But I told him that I could do Sunday. Fast forward to Sunday. It's Sunday morning. I text him and was like, "Are we gonna still do brunch?" He calls me and he say, "Oh, so you really want to go to brunch with me?" And I'm like, you know what I'm saying? That's what we made plans to do. So then, he goes on to say, I really have a phobia of taking women out who no, that's not what he said. His exact words was, I have a phobia of taking women out and paying for food and I'm not getting anything out of it. And I was like, huh? And he was like, well, I just feel like women go out on dates with men for food and they don't have no intentions of being with them. What? So at that point I'm kind of like, I really don't want to go no more, but curiosity killed the cat, right? So I'm like, what are you saying? Like, do you want to go Dutch? Like, you want us to pay for ourselves, or you don't want to go? Like, and he was like, no, I'm not saying none of that. I'm not saying none of that. I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna go on and get dressed, and I'll meet you at the restaurant. He picked the restaurant, so he sends me the restaurant. I make it to the restaurant before him, and it was, of course, it's brunch in Dallas. It was a waiting list, so I go put our name on the waiting list. He calls me when he pull up. I go outside to meet him, and immediately he was like, can I have a hug? And I'm like, so I give him like a little church hug, a little side hug, and he was like, damn, you hugging me like I'm your brother. So anyway, we get in a restaurant, and the lady was like, well, y'all at 35-minute wait now. So then he was just like, to me, it looked like it was like a sign of relief on his face, like, whew. like, I'm glad I ain't gotta pay for this. So then I'm peeping. So then I was like, he was like, oh, we can go to my mom's house. She cooked breakfast. And I'm like, I'm not going to your motherfucking mama house. He was like, well, I don't know, y'all. It was just weird. I was just like, it was a Starbucks right across. I was like, I'm just gonna run to Starbucks, grab me some coffee, and then in my mind, I was gonna go thrifting. Okay, I am gonna have to make a part two. Hold up.
All the man was doing was trying to get some confirmation from you. He could have been a little bit creepy with it from what you said, but who knows, right? Who knows? I don't know what was going on in his mind, but men need to make sure they're not being used for footy calls. That's what he was trying to do. And this is why a lot of guys have given up, because some guys don't know how to make it known they don't want to be used. This guy probably did, and they came across the wrong way. Listen, not every man has it like that. Actually, most men don't have it like that. And what are you ladies expecting? You're expecting a lot, I can tell from the delusion you have when you say what you want in a man. Even ladies who are under 100,000. Yeah, I want a man to make 80. Depending on the age, a lot of guys in the career, a lot of guys are not making that. A lot of guys are not hustlers. You have to have kind of like a hustler mentality to make that kind of money. But anyway, let's move on.
Since moving back to Dallas from Austin, I'm initially from Dallas, but I went to college in Austin. I've just been thinking like the dating pool in Dallas, trash. If you're thinking of moving to Dallas because you want to find love, you want to find a husband, you want to find, not saying that it is impossible, but babe, I recommend anywhere else. Just to be quite frank.
Recommend anywhere else. They're struggling. The ladies are struggling.
Finance a rich man in Dallas because, baby, where is they at? Where they be at? Because all I've been finding is this man that ain't got no car, no job, nothing. Where are they at? I could have stayed in Chicago for this.
Yeah, you might as well had. Going to Dallas and you don't know where to go. Hang out with the other lady. Cam Bammy, hang out with that girl. Maybe she knows where. She said go to the American Airlines. I mean, makes sense. A lot of guys will be there that have money. Go there. You'll definitely most likely find a tall guy, right? If you're around the right crowd, you may meet some ball players. I don't know. Maybe she's right. She's a 3 or 4. Sounds like you are too. I know about Chicago. A lot of players, a lot of pimps and O's in Chicago. I think you may be one. I don't know. I don't want to put that on you, but I wouldn't be surprised.
So, this video is not for a systematic thinker because I am going to present multiple concepts and then try to bring them together. So, bear with me here. So, I wanted to explain that, you know what, since the reason why a lot of women are struggling with dating is simply because men have acquired standards, right? Let me just check. Hello, how are you? You let me know. Or are you ready for me? You let me know. Yes. Okay, I'm still doing a TikTok video. It's fine. Okay, so I'm waiting to go on the air. But anyway, the point I was trying to make was that a lot of women are struggling when it comes to dating because a lot of men have acquired standards. And I was trying to explain this concept without upsetting a lot of people. Then I saw this video that's made by this lady. I'll try and tag her on this video. And she was going on about the fact that, you know, high value women in their 40s and 50s, contrary to popular belief, are actually marrying quite well. They're marrying men with money, they're marrying high value men. So she was debunking the whole thought that you should marry young in order for you to live happily ever after. And she was making examples of all these men, of these high value women who've married high value men. And then also I was thinking about some articles I read a couple of years ago, and it was around the Mrs. and the PhD, and also that marriage is for the affluent. And basically articles were saying that you know, they're finding that the data is showing that the more highly educated a woman is, the more likely she is to get married. And the fact that a lot of people are more likely to marry, men are more likely to marry their peers. Meaning that women they met in college, in university, a lot of these studies were based on American participants. And then I was like, in my theory, and what I realized was that the narrative in the market is that women asked men to step up, become better lovers, become, you know, just better people in society, stop violating us, abusing us, you know, show up better for us. And you had two sets of men who came to the party, and also that narrative of stepping up. Also, there was those who slid in the narrative in Dr. So when women started demanding and having high standards, men took a step back and said, okay, we'll have high standards too, right? So the disgruntled one just elevated the bar in terms of, you know, she must watch for me, she must be traditional and all that other nonsense in order to justify as to why they should stay in a position of power. And then the ones who are eligible, which a lot of you are looking for, were like, okay, so what do you bring to the table?
I think it's a lot deeper than that, right? Men have to have standards. With the way things are in this society, in every state, there's needs, right? Like when you go overseas, like where I am now, a woman doesn't have to work because everything is so low. But in the States, not every man is rich. So, yes, men do require certain things. So, that's making men have standards as well, right? Like a lot of ladies say, yeah, if you want to go 50-50, then you got to cook, clean, and do this, and that. Now, when I was in the West, I cooked very well, cleaned many different things around the house. I was that man that wore many hats, right? Could do many things. So what would happen is that would disqualify ladies, right? The new version of men are coming up. And you ladies don't fit the bill. Why? Because a lot of ladies are lazy. Like imagine that. You cooking and cleaning, and then you realize, wait a minute, this girl can cook and clean for 3-4 days. So me cooking and cleaning, she felt she could do whatever she wanted, right? And got lazy. And it's making it worse on women because guys are definitely not hearing it. Look, I'm doing all that and you're not doing nothing. You got to go. It has to be like that. And so what you're saying, no, that's not the case, right? Because it's got harder on women, it has. But also, things have gotten way harder on men. 10 times harder.
Women today are not traditional women. They don't have the class our mothers had. They don't have the mentality our mothers had. They don't have the patience. A traditional woman thinks of her family before she thinks of her own self. All our mothers thought of the kid, thought of the father, and thought of the house, even thought of the house helpers before she even thought of herself. That's a traditional woman.
I'm sorry, I had to come back and stitch this video again because it's been keeping me awake. Listen to me, ladies. Men saying that they are traditional men and wanting traditional women in this day and age is an excuse, is a cover up for them wanting a maid, a slave, a baby making machine. This thing that they have at home that makes their lives easy so that they can go on building their careers, making a name for themselves, and enjoying having a full autonomous human being remaining in a state of perpetual servitude to them. That's what they mean. Don't let them trick you. I am a traditional man is an excuse for them to remain selfish and display wickedness towards their significant others. I am a traditional man is men refusing to acknowledge that we are in different times. I am a traditional man is men refusing to evolve. I am a traditional man is men holding on to certain notions that in the past we have worked past and worked to dismantle. They want to hold on to these notions.
I'm going to stop it right there, right? Because this is why passport bros, that's why this is the way. This is the way.
Oh, absolutely.
Why? Because a man jumps on that plane, goes 1,000 miles this way or that way or the other way, and finds a woman who will. Not even that. They're coming to our shores now. You ladies have some explaining to do. Seriously. You see it on Desirable Truth. He interviews these ladies all the time. Every now and then he gets someone on there from Colombia, from Mexico, from these different countries that are saying, oh, no, I don't want a man to spend a lot of money. Oh, I like to cook and clean. They want to do it. They know. They understand gender roles. You obviously don't. And that's why you get left to the wayside.
And come with you places. Your plan should not depend on who is coming with you. I have my spicy cucumber drink, and I'm finna get a burger with bacon, egg, and cheese, and I'm by myself.
She is a drunkard. I got my spicy drink. You see her do a little wobble? Like she thinks nobody sees it. I got my spicy drink and I got this and I'm by myself. I'm happy. You alcoholic. You better get out of my house right now. You ain't cleaned up in 5 days. Example. You didn't clean in 5 days. I'm not your bit. Seriously. All you truly need is yourself. That's what you're telling the guy. He got to kick you out because you ain't cooking and cleaning. But yeah, guys, thank y'all for watching. Be sure to subscribe. Other than that, peace out. See you next video.
This is the way.
Passport bros. Passport. No.
Answers come